As an anti-austerity demonstration, and it was quite an amazing and uplifting experience actually. I woke up like a lot of people after that election result feeling quite down, quite depressed. You know, we've got 5 more years with David Cameron and the Tories. I almost couldn't believe it were real, and I think a lot of you will feel the same. But then going into town on Saturday, standing on Dervish Green and meeting up with so many other people who not only don't want to see another 5 years of the Tories but want to do something proactively about it was an absolutely incredible experience. Next thing I knew, I was on the town hall steps next to Natalie Bennett doing a bit of a rousing speech about the issue. And that was also a wonderful experience because after I got to talk, I got to make more contacts, and that's the important thing. It's about meeting different groups, finding what you've got in common, putting what you've not got in common to one side, and building the movement. I'm here today to talk a little bit about disabled people against the cuts. So far this year, locally, we've had 2 demonstrations. We've had one about work sanctions, benefit sanctions, I beg your pardon, and we've had one about work capability assessment, both of which were fantastically supported by all the political parties again. We had the Greens there, we had Labour there as well. You know, it's funny, at one of these demonstrations, someone walked past and shouts, "Vote UKIP!" Now, someone were talking, I can't remember, I think it was Eileen were talking at the time, and I'd say, no, sorry, Eileen, sorry. I went, right, come here, mate. Let's have a look at which political parties and which groups are represented here today. Where's your People's Party? Because we're standing outside the DWP headquarters in the town centre at this point, talking about work capability assessment. Where were the UKIP representative there? There weren't a UKIP representative, and I'll tell you why there weren't a UKIP representative, because they're a pro-cuts party. I said, they don't give a rat's ass about you, they don't give a rat's ass about me, and when you walk out of there because you've lost all your benefits, because someone with a pen and a book and a tick box system has decided that what your GP is diagnosed after years of knowing you is complete crap, no one from UKIP's going to help you after that either. Right? Which I think probably might have given him something to think about. The national campaign that we've got going on with Deepak at the moment is about the Independent Living Fund. Now, there's only a small number of users really for the Independent Living Fund. People might not know what it is. It's called ILF, and this is the type of thing that helps people who have conditions which mean they can't cook for themselves, clean their own body, walk, get out of the house without physical assistance from another person. People who really are quite seriously disabled as far as their mobility goes. This is a fund that enables people to access the same things that any able-bodied person can access. The government are going to be cutting it on the 30th of June. Now, there's 17,500 users of the ILF fund up and down the country. And it's a difficult thing to try and rally people up about when it's got such a small group that actually use it and not a lot of people know what it is. But to try and sum it up in a short space of time, you know, this is the difference between someone having a personal assistant that's paid for, that stays at their house overnight, that helps them with anything they need in the night, for example, toileting. It's the difference between that and being forced sleep in your own excrement and wear a continence pad. Might be 17-year-old, 27-year-old, 30-year-old, 50-year-old. Right? It's the difference between actually having a work role and having a career that you fought really, really hard to be able to access. And to just having to stop that job, to lose that job completely. It's also the difference between a 17-year-old, someone facing this on personally, accessing university and going on to achieve a degree in media studies, or being left in a nursing home, left to fester in a corner and given 3 meals a day till the day dies. This is the difference between having the ILF and not having the ILF. It's a massive national campaign from disabled people against the cuts. What I need you to do, what they need you to do, and what anyone else who might find themselves in a situation needing this one needs you to do, is to go on to 38 degrees and make a note of this. It's called Defend Disabled People's Right to independent living. There's a video on this, Defend Disabled People's Right to Independent Living, campaign on 38 Degrees, and it's got some celebrities, some soap stars, some disabled celebrities, actors, actresses and comedians that you might know, that you might have come across as well, and also some service users, letting you know what their life will be like with and without the independent living fund. So that's that. Sorry, not a lot of time today. So, secondly, if you are living in Sheffield, if you can like the Sheffield DPAC Facebook page, then that will let you know of any further demonstrations that are coming up. At the moment, we're pulling in between 50 and 60 people on a midweek demonstration already, so we've got our regulars, and we're doing quite well. The main thing that we're most proud of is the Freedom Ride campaign, and I come to you tonight with a gift for everybody, a Freedom Ride campaign badge, so do see me and get one after the meeting today, because I know there's a couple of funds that we're going to be asking people to donate to, so I wouldn't want to take fund advice asking anyone to make a donation towards the badge. Okay. The Freedom Ride campaign is something where two campaigns, disabled people and pensioners, joined together last year in April when the council brought in the cuts to travel passes. After 8 consecutive weeks of campaigning and a judicial review, we actually got the cuts to disabled people's travel passes completely overturned. Now, consecutive weekly protests where people physically met and they got on the trains from all over different parts of South Yorkshire and met them at the interchange. On each of those train journeys, people refused to pay the fare because, you know, the week previous or 2 weeks previous, that pass had worked for that fare and they're fighting to get it back. So this was the protest. The Human Rights Act was actually something that was used as well to get that back for the disabled people's travel pass. But they've decided in their wisdom that our pensioners, people who've worked all their lives, don't deserve to have free local travel, despite the fact that some of them might be having to, for example, attend a hospital in Leeds because they have a heart problem and they might have an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning. These people are now expected to pay or travel on a long, uncomfortable bus journey rather than get a quick and comfortable train journey. And I think we were Tosh talking at the GMB rally on Sunday about the fact that they are running empty trains mid-morning now, where there used to be pensioners sitting on those seats. So this means people's jobs are going to be going. They're putting diesel into empty trains. The companies are going to say, well, there's nobody on these trains, we're going to take some of these trains off this time of day. That's then going on to people's jobs. People might think that the Freedom Ride campaign don't affect them personally. It does affect you. It affects every single one of you, because everyone's going to get old. Everyone might be or can become disabled at any given point in their life. You don't have to be born disabled, you know, this isn't something people aren't a born wheelchair user or born deaf or born blind. There are a lot of things that can happen to you environmentally within your life, and I hope they don't. That mean you might have to access something like this. But the main thing with the Freedom Ride, before I finish, is the reason the Freedom Ride won is because the reason the Freedom Ride won is because people put aside their political allegiances and have been focused on a common goal. The common goal was the travel pass, but it was the austerity cuts, because it was the austerity cuts that brought about the travel passes. Freedom Ride worked because there was weekly consecutive actions. Now, we have people striking in different companies, we have the teachers striking, we have the recycling centre people working, but what we need to see is these workers coming out weekly, bi-weekly, daily. This is what we need to see. And for it to not let up until terms and conditions are met, until austerity cuts are put back to what they should be or improved upon. Finally, what's happened to the bedroom tax movement? The Labour Council decided last year that they wouldn't evict people who had funds that they couldn't pay as a result of the bedroom tax. And we were all, let's be honest, expecting to have a coalition or a Labour government. That didn't happen. We've got a Labour Council back in now, and we want to know from our Labour Council that they are going to stick to the promise that they made our residents and tenants of not evicting people with bedroom tax arrears. We want that. We're going to reignite, rebuild the bedroom tax movement, Sheffield DPAC and anti-austerity groups, and we're going to make sure that we get that promise signed, sealed and delivered, and we want every single one of you along that with us, please. Thank you.